What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Pick a Card. In today's reading, we are going to be talking all about what makes you fine AF and about all of the qualities that make you admirable to others. So for group number 1, we have the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Group number 2, with my capacity to tune into the energy of love, gives me the words I need when I am ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it is time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. For group number 3, we have true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. And for group number 4, we have instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. So go on ahead and take a moment to choose the card that you feel the most drawn to today. Pause the reading if you need a little bit more time to choose, you guys, and whenever you are ready, I will meet you at your reading. The timestamps for each card will be available in the description box below for your convenience. Hello to my beautiful people who have chosen group number 1 with the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. So what makes you guys so fine? What makes you guys so attractive? Okay, so we do start off your reading with the 9 of air and the 10 of air. So I am seeing here that you guys have had to end some pretty difficult situations. I also feel like maybe you've had to come up with some, maybe you've had to come up with some solutions to some difficult problems in your past, but I feel like you guys have done so well with it. With the page of air, I feel like you guys are so flexible, but like you guys have had to deal with so many abrupt changes to plans here. And with the 6 of fire, it's like I feel that you guys have managed to come out on top every single time, even in situations where with the moon here, things were happening behind the scenes, you were caught off guard. Like I feel like part of what makes you so fine is that even when situations have you caught off guard, y'all still manage to come out on top. You still manage to be victorious and make the right decisions, even if you can't exactly see how you can do so. We also have the sun here, so I feel like you guys bring make people really happy. You bring people a lot of joy and happiness, and more people admire you than you might realize. So you guys are actually very admirable, especially with how you handle certain situations and the way that you guys deal with maybe certain emotions, or the way that you guys manage to problem solve here. With the 7 of water, it's like you guys might procrastinate on some things, or you guys might have real difficulty with making decisions, but somehow, some way, you guys always end up making the right ones. And with the Ace of Earth here, I feel like this could have to do with financial decisions. Maybe a lot of you guys have been in a lot of financial binds or difficult financial situations that were just really difficult to work through, but somehow, some way, you guys still managed to work through it. You still managed to come up with a solution, and you always managed to come out on top. And I feel like you guys, you might not realize it all the time, but you guys are actually really, really good with manifesting money and with attracting money into your life. And you guys may not always see how a bill is going to get paid or how something is going to work out for you, but at the end of the day, I see that it always does. You guys always end up being victorious. You just have a way with coming up with certain solutions and coming up with coming up with just a way to come out on top, even if you guys have a lot of anxiety. I feel like you guys might struggle with anxiety, but I think part of what makes you attractive, or part of what makes you so fine, is that you manage to deal with it, or you manage to conceal it in some way, shape, or form, and people can't always see right through you. There's like a mysterious aura about you guys with the moon here. It's like you don't like telling people everything, you know? And I feel like that's part of what makes you so fine, is the fact that you don't tell everybody. You walk into a room and you just have this mysterious aura about you. You guys could have Pisces, no, not Pisces. Yeah, you could have Pisces, maybe even Cancer in your chart. I'm seeing Leo energy here, or Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy, sun, moon, or rising. But the fact that you don't tell everybody everything, or like when it comes to your manifestations, or when it comes to certain things falling into place in your life, you don't say anything to other people. You just have this mysterious aura about you because you don't want people coming in and ruining your success, as they might have tried to do so in the past. And that is something that people love about you, but also the fact that you make people curious, you know? And it's like you guys are the type of people, you don't have time to stop and explain yourself to everybody. It's like the girls who get it, and the ones who don't. You guys are very particular with the type of people that you roll with, the type of people that you keep in your circle. And even then, you might still conceal a lot of, maybe, I don't want to say secrets, but you might conceal a lot of what you have going on. You might conceal a lot of your worries or your fears, so that you can still come out reigning victorious victorious in the end with the 6 of Fire and the Sun card. And I feel like people really wonder how you do it, how you manage to come out on top every time, how you manage to deal with a lot of your worries and anxieties and frustrations. And I feel like you guys are the type of people, maybe you don't like being asked a lot of questions because you just like, I also feel like you guys don't really have time for small talk is what I'm hearing. And a lot of people might not get it. A lot of people might not understand, but the fact that you are okay with it is something that makes people even more curious, and it makes people find you fine. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like if you're, if you're watching this pile and you've gotten this far and you know that this is for you, then you will get it. You will understand. Like, I don't like telling everybody all of my business. I don't like people knowing what I have going on. It's better for them to just wonder as much as they want to, but that doesn't make me obligated to tell them. It's like you don't let people in on your secrets. And a lot of the times people might think that you have it easy or you make it look easy, a lot of your struggles and trials and tribulations, you make it look easy and people wonder how you do it, and the fact that you still manage, the Sun here and the 6 of Fire, like, I don't know if you guys, I feel like you guys unconsciously attract a lot of eyes on you, especially with being so mysterious with the Moon. But the fact that you don't like having everybody in your business, it's like it makes you so respectable to other people, whether they get it or don't. I feel like you guys are highly respected and you're so good with manifesting money, and you conceal a lot of your stress, and you might go through a lot of stress when it comes to dealing with certain situations, processing certain changes in your life. And the way that you come out on top every single time, people think it is so fine. Like, they just find it so attractive, the way that you are able to problem solve and still like keep a lot to yourself. It's like you guys are so independent. You do a lot of stuff on your own, and you have a difficult time with the 7 of Water. You have a difficult time maybe making certain decisions because you don't want to ask for help, or you don't really want to ask other people for their opinions. And if you do happen to ask somebody for their opinion, you're definitely going to make sure that you get those opinions from people that you genuinely trust, like people that wouldn't judge you, like your very, very close inner circle. You might ask those people for help, but even then it still might be difficult for you to do that. And so you guys always just manage to come up with the best decision to make in the most difficult situations. That is what makes you so fine, I also feel like some of you guys, this is coming through randomly, but some of you guys probably have really, really nice hair. And I feel like you guys are just very quick to come up with certain decisions, even in like the most time sensitive or like the most pressing situations. You guys do so well with this. And this just makes you a very admirable person. So I did pull 3 oracle cards from my notes from the universe deck. The first one we have here is You Have What It Takes. The next one we have is Keep It Simple. And the third one is Don't Be Misled. So what I get from this is that basically you have what it takes to get through even the most difficult situations in your life. And with the Keep It Simple card, I feel like here with the 9 of Air and the 10 of Air, I feel like this is kind of saying that maybe the situations might seem really, really complicated because you have a tendency to overthink things. And I feel like with the 6 of Fire and the Sun, you guys end up finding even the most difficult situations, you guys end up finding the most simple solutions that will actually bring everybody happiness. I also feel like you guys are you're really fair, And I feel like since a lot of the stress is put on you in a lot of situations, I feel like you guys have a way of coming up with simple solutions that will work for everybody, if that makes sense. And lastly, with the Don't Be Misled card, I feel like this is saying don't be misled by your overthinking. Don't be misled by your anxiety, because with the 9 of Air and the 10 of Air, I feel like a lot of this anxiety is self-imposed, or like it stems from a place of your own worries and your own fears and your own doubts that genuinely do not have to reflect in your outer worlds or your outer reality unless you let them, which most of the time you don't, because you don't want other people to know about your struggles. And I also feel like with Don't Be Misled, I feel like that is also saying like don't be misled by the wrong crowd. Don't involve yourself with people who don't serve you. Continue to be selective and keeping things to yourself here with the Moon card, even in situations where you're unsure, because you're always guaranteed to come out on top. It's like the universe really looks out for you guys, group number 1. And in the back of the oracle deck, we do have karma is on your side and what you give will come back. So this pile, you guys are very, very deserving of all of the success in your life. And if people around you are jealous or just don't understand how you do what you do, it's like they don't understand the cost of being you. They don't understand the anxiety and the worries and the fears that you guys might end up having to go through when it comes to a lot of the decisions that you are forced to make, or when it comes to a lot of the pressing matters that you might be forced to attend to, you know. And I feel like what you put in situations, the love you put in situations, the love and the care that you put in a lot of decisions that you make, they will come back to you tenfold. Because with the Six of Fire, this is a card that is about victory. And not only is it about victory, but it's also about being able to relax and have fun in the end, because you did the work, you did, you know, your bidding, you did everything that you could do to make a situation as good as it could come out, or like make the best decision possible, you know what I mean? And then with the Ace of Earth, it's just like I feel like this is also be saying like, maybe don't be misled by money. Don't make money the motive in every single situation that you might be in, or every situation that you might find yourself in. Because I feel like you guys, you like money and you care about money, but it's not everything to you, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of the times this can be the root of a lot of your anxieties and a lot of your worries and stuff like that. So with don't be misled, it's like, don't let other people's limiting beliefs and limiting ideals limit you from what you have to do, because you guys know you're different, and you know that you have to make different types of decisions. You know that not everybody was dealt the hand of cards that you were dealt, and you always, what makes you so fine is that you come up with a way, you have a way of making the best decisions and making the best out of like what little you might have, or what little you might have to work with, and it always pays off in the end. People, they find you so fine because you keep so much to yourself. You give people something to wonder about, you know, and that's part of what makes you so fine. And also I was getting the energy of like really good hair, because everybody in these cards, they seem to have really good hair. And it could also be your aesthetic, because there's quite a few unicorns in this card and quite a few angels. So I feel like your aesthetic is something that could be very pleasing. The way that you express yourself physically, and the way that you express your energy via your appearance, I feel like that's something that also makes you very attractive as well. But for the most part, I feel like you guys have really nice personalities, and I also feel like you guys are very mysterious, and you don't show your true self to everybody as a way of protecting yourself. And the fact that you give other people something to wonder about, that is something that makes you incredibly attractive to others. So that's all I have for you guys, group number 1. Please be sure to comment down below to let me know how this reading resonated for you. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, feel free to book with me on my Etsy shop, you guys. The link to everything will be available in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 2. And the card says, my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So I was picking up on a very loving energy when I was pulling cards for this pile. We did start off your reading with the Unity card and the Nine of Water. So I feel like one thing that makes you so attractive is that you are wife or husband material. Like, I feel like you are just worthy of marriage altogether, or like you make an astounding partner. And I feel like this pile, you guys are naturally able to manifest whatever it is that you want. I'm seeing that it's like the universe views you as somebody that is worth a wish fulfillment, or is worth multiple wish fulfillments throughout this lifetime, even at times where you might doubt that you're worthy of receiving. I just feel like you guys, this is my pile that is finally like really elevating to the energy of receiving, and into being able to receive love and wealth, especially like emotionally. I feel like with the King of Fire, especially if you're a feminine, you guys just have a way of stepping into your masculine energy and really being able to be a leader. And in the back of the deck, we did have the Emperor here and the Eight of Fire. So I feel like a lot of people actually view you as extremely attractive. Like, this is what makes you so fine, you guys, is that you guys are like, I feel like physically you guys are very attractive, but I feel like your capacity to literally, like the card says, your capacity to tune into the energy of love, and your ability to be able to express your real raw emotions, no matter how sensitive you might come across. I feel like that is something that makes you incredibly attractive, especially to other people. With the King of Water here and the Knight of Water, I'm getting like a very soft and loving vibe, but I also feel like people find you fine AF, because when you try to pursue somebody romantically, like, I feel like y'all just have a way of being really swift with it, and like just getting getting what you want out of a situation in like a non-toxic way. I also feel like you guys are very much able to manipulate certain situations to go in your favor, but it's not like you do it in a non-genuine way, because I feel like the way that you guys are so genuine about your emotions, it attracts a lot of attention. And not only that, but we have the High Priestess here, your ability to read people. Like, this is Cancer energy. I feel like you guys have an ability to just automatically provide people with what it is that they want, you know, like, or not provide people, yeah, with what it is that they want or what it is that they need. Like, this is a very nurturing energy that I'm getting here. We have the Justice card and the Nine of Fire. So I feel like in the same way that you provide for others, it's like you are so quick to provide for yourself. You guys keep a guard up from time to time because you know that not everybody is deserving of your love and time and attention, and you're constantly doing right by yourself. I also feel like with the Justice card, you guys have a way of manifesting outcomes to go in your favor, because I feel like your favor is what's right, or what is viewed as right. And I feel like you are always looking out for yourself, and you guys really prioritize your self-care and really prioritize making yourself making yourself, like, prioritizing yourself just all around is what I'm seeing here. And that is something that just makes you so fine to other people. Like, people have fantasized about marrying you or wanting to marry you, you know, and some of you guys might already be married, but for those of you who are not, I feel like you have several suitable options that are going to be coming in or going to want to really make themselves known. And with the Nine of Fire, it's like, you know, the same way that you're very loving and caring, it's like you guys still have that guard up. You guys still make it a point to protect yourselves. You could have Taurus energy. I'm seeing Taurus energy, Libra energy, Cancer energy, possibly Pisces or Scorpio. We also have with the King of Fire, we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Very strong Aries energy with the Emperor card, but I do see a lot of water in this reading, so I do feel like you guys are very, very emotional, and you guys can get emotional, especially in situations where you feel like maybe you're being wronged or taken advantage of. And like, I don't know why I'm hearing this, and this might come across a little weird, but I feel like, you know, you're really pretty when you cry, or you're really pretty. There's something beautiful about when you express your emotions, when you express your deepest emotions. And I feel like maybe not everybody can see it, except for those who are actually worthy of seeing it, those who are worthy of seeing you in a very vulnerable place. Because you do have, with the Nine of Fire, you do have your guard up, and when you do let your emotions out, it's definitely going to be with people who you genuinely trust, you know. And with the Nine of Water, I see that you guys are so powerful, and with the Unity card, you guys are so powerful. You guys might also be very, very spiritual. And that is something that also makes you fine, because you guys just have this magnetic aura about you that really does aid you in getting you what it is that you want and need and deserve, you know. And that's something that people find so attractive about you. Like, you guys could have a water rising, and I feel like you guys might have really, really pretty eyes, or you guys might get compliment on your eyes in terms of what makes you physically fine, you know. Especially here with the Nine of Fire, you see how she's looking at her, like how her eyes, I don't know if it'll focus, if you can see her eyes, but there is something that is just really, really mysterious and alluring about your eyes. Even if you got brown eyes, okay, us brown eyed queens, we deserve love too, you know. And I feel like, you know, you guys just have this really beautiful gaze about you, and I feel like maybe not everybody pays attention to it, because not everybody is really meant to see into your soul, you know. Your eyes are literally the windows into your soul. That might be why you guys feel weird about looking everybody in their eyes, because I damn sure don't look everybody in their eyes when they're talking to me, you know. Because it's like, I don't want everybody seeing into the windows of my soul, and I don't want to look into the windows of everybody else's soul. You see how she has her hand on her hip, you know. You guys might have a little attitude from time to time too, but it's nothing bad, you know. Like, I feel like you guys in the same breath, it's like this attitude, this guard that you have up is really meant to protect yourself from some of the harsh realities that this world can bring. So also with the King of Fire, I feel like you guys, despite the fact that you might be very emotional and very sensitive, you guys are still very, very empowered. Like, and not only that, but I feel like you also have a way of empowering and uplifting others, especially in their time of need. Like, people are safe to be vulnerable with you, or to be vulnerable to you. The only downside to this is y'all could be empaths, or I feel like all of y'all are empaths, really, you know, and I feel like you guys are very nurturing and caring to others when they need it, but at the same time, it's like you still do have that boundary, especially when it comes to how much energy you absorb from other people. And this is something that makes you very, it makes you come across very, very empowered. And it's like you guys actually take the time to really empower yourselves, even at times where you feel like you don't have the ability to do so or the capacity to do so. Just taking a moment to take a time out really does benefit you in times where you genuinely need it, or times where you feel really burnt out. And you might feel burnt out from time to time because your energy is very magnetic, it's very alluring, and you might feel like you have to be there for everybody and comfort everybody, you know. But sometimes I feel like the fact that you take a lot of time to yourself and you're adamant about doing so, I feel like this only helps to enhance your attraction. It only helps to really enhance all of the qualities that you have that make you so fine, especially to other people, you know. And I feel like you guys really do take the time to make sure that you feel fine, you know, just within yourself on your own. It's like you guys don't really need the opinion of other people to really keep you going, and this is what brings you the things that you want. It's like you, a lot of the times, you might manage to really subconsciously attract what you want without having to ask for it, and that is beautiful, y'all. Like, I love that for you. I also pulled some love oracle cards, or like oracles, the notes from the universe on love and connection. So let's see what else we have. So we have love in spite of it all. We have change is always good, and we have time for a love fest. So the word love is really standing out to me for this pile. I feel like this really just has to do with the fact that you guys are very, very loving individuals, and the colors that are standing out to me, I'm getting a lot of purple and blue. So like the third eye and the throat chakra, you guys are very, very woke spiritually, and you're coming into your spirituality a little bit more. With the High Priestess card, the fact that you guys are so naturally empathic, this is something that will draw people to you. People will really just dump their life story onto you because they feel safe doing so, even if they're complete strangers. And you have a way of making people feel safe without really having to say anything. I feel like when you walk into a room, you just change the energy of the room. Like you might also have an ability to change people and change people's perspective and highlight all of the things that they need to work on without necessarily saying anything, you guys. Like, this is part of what makes you so fine to other people. Not only that, but like, you have a way of loving unconditionally. So even if people wrong you or maybe even try to take advantage of you, it's like you still love them, but you just choose to love yourself unconditionally as well. And you choose to set that boundary, like, hey, I love you, but I don't have the capacity to really be here for you like that, you know? Like, I don't really have the capacity right now, but it doesn't take away from all of the love that I have for you. Sometimes I just have to love certain people from a distance, and that's okay. You also have an ability to really love people, like, even if they have wronged you, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you guys are the type of people, you don't necessarily hold grudges, and if you do, it's like you actually have a genuine reason to do so because somebody really tried it or really tried you, you know. And your third eye chakra is, I feel like your third eye chakra is popping because you can see through people, and you can see through a lot of the facades that other people might put up, you know. And I feel like you're able to do this in a loving way, you know, from a place without judgment, because maybe you've been there before, you know, maybe you understand. Like, you might not necessarily agree with certain people, but that's part of being an empath. You don't agree, but you understand, you know. And with the time for a love fest, I just feel like you guys have this aura of love surrounding you, and I feel like you have a lot more love in your life than you might realize. Not only that, but you're like incredibly worthy of being loved. I feel like many people love you and adore you, even if they don't explicitly say so, or even if they don't explicitly come out and say, you know, how they feel about you. You are surrounded by love because you are such a loving individual. You know, I feel like it's really impossible for others not to love you. Even your haters, they love you because they want to be you, you know. Like, who wouldn't want to be you, you know? And I feel like the only downside to this is you might have a lot of people trying to take advantage of you, you know, trying to see what they can get from you, or just maybe even trying to steal your ideas because of how badly they want to be like you, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like there's only one you in this entire universe, and no matter how many people might have similarities to you or might really like try to imitate you or impersonate you, nobody can do that, you know. And I feel like you guys don't go around looking to do that, and that's part of what makes you so attractive, is the fact that you guys are so unique, the fact that you guys are so loving and so caring, and like you are literally worthy of a spouse. So if those of you who have been single for a long time, it's for a reason. It's like the universe is really trying to bring in that right person, that is just genuinely going to treat you right, and is genuinely going to see you for who you are and just appreciate you for who you are, not going to compare you to other people, because you're not like other people, and that is like what makes you you. And in the back of this deck, we have You Know What to Do, and there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. So a lot of people genuinely value what it is that you have to say, because you always know what to do. You always know how to rectify a situation. You always know how to make it better. This is part of what makes you so fine, you guys. I'm trying to tell you, you guys got to really give yourself a lot more credit than you might have been giving yourself, because you deserve it. You know, there's not a lot of people in the world who are like you, you know. So that's what I have for you, group number 2. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, feel free to book with me on my Etsy shop, you guys. The link to do so will be available in the description box below. I also have some really pretty handmade bracelets on there that I've made all by myself. You know, nobody else touches them, nobody else comes into contact with them. So yeah, be sure to check those out, and also you guys can follow me on my social medias linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 3 with True Healing Occurs When I Give Myself Permission to Feel Whatever Feelings Live Below the Triggers. So what makes you guys fine AF? Well, for starters, I feel like it's the fact that you literally give yourself permission to feel the emotions that you feel, no matter how strong or how difficult they might come across. I feel like you guys have very, very intense emotions, or you guys might have, like, when somebody upsets you, like, it feels very, very intense. Like, you guys might pop off from time to time with the 5 of fire, but in a way, I feel like this is something that kind of makes you very attractive to other people, or just maybe not everybody understands it, but it's like you never pop off for any reason. Like, your feelings are always valid. That's one thing that was coming through. Also with the Emperor and the Wheel card, I feel like you guys, you could be feminines, but I feel like you guys have a very masculine energy to you as well. And with the Emperor and the Wheel, I feel like you guys have a way of really taking control of certain situations and making them go in your favor. And I feel like you guys, the fact that you guys are never really in a rush, makes it so that you guys naturally attract different opportunities your way. Like, you guys could have strong Aries placements, strong Sagittarius placements, maybe even Aquarius placements, or Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. You guys just have a way of really making situations go in your favor, and then once it goes your way, it's like you're able to kind of take your time and build on the progress that you might have so far. With the Ace of Fire and the Knight of Earth, it's like you guys are very stable in the way that you go about things, and something that comes up for you guys is like you guys you're quick to get what you want, but then once you get it, it's like you like the slow builds. You like to really slowly build that solid foundation, but when you're committed to something, you're really committed to it. You really do honor your commitments, and you really do abide by your word. Like, people can trust what you say, and people can trust you to be honest, okay? Even if sometimes it's brutally honest with this 5 of Fire, you know, people, you might attract a lot of conflict, but it could be because people can't always handle your truth. Like, your truth could be pretty intense, and they might not get it, you know, but I feel like that's part of what makes you so fine, is you're not afraid to say the truth, and you're gonna move at a speed that is comfortable for you, you know, when it comes to the types of opportunities you attract. Also, we have the 2 of Water and the Star, so I feel like this naturally makes you magnetic to, like, attracting your soulmate or your twin flame, you know, or maybe, like, if you have a romantic partner, they find you incredibly attractive just by you being you, you know. With the Star, I feel like you naturally attract opportunities and wish fulfillments your way, and I feel like you guys give off, like, an all-around happy and comforting aura. at least during times when you're happy. And like, if anybody ever tries to wrong you, or if you're ever put in a situation that you feel like maybe you're being tested or tried, it's like you don't hesitate to pop off. It's like you will come right up out of this energy and jump right into this 5 of fire energy and really let other people know how you feel, no matter how they might take it, you know? So I feel like not a lot of people can handle you, and not a lot of people are supposed to. With the 2 of water, it's like you have a closed circle, you have a tight circle for a reason. You know, some of you guys might like to socialize to a certain extent, but I feel like a lot of you guys, y'all are so about your work. Like, your work ethic is on point, and I feel like that's another thing that really makes you so fine to other people. But with the star and the 2 of water, I feel like your beauty is like, it's something that gets enhanced every single day. And I definitely feel like this could be your sign that you are on the path to your soulmate, or you are on the path to your twin flame, your divine counterpart, whatever it is that you believe in. And like, a lot of your manifestations are coming to fruition, because I feel like you guys have been patient and waiting for them. Another thing that makes you so fine is that your ability to adapt, your ability to like adapt to changes that come in your way. And I feel like with the dreamer card, like, you have big hopes and dreams and aspirations, and this is something that makes you very attractive to other people, you know? I also feel like you guys won't hesitate to go on an adventure or to take a leap of faith. It's like your faith in the universe definitely makes you super attractive, and it makes you magnetic to the things that you want to receive in your life. So that's beautiful, you guys. Also, the fact that you guys have done a tremendous amount of healing. You guys have done a tremendous amount of work on yourselves. And like, a lot of the time situations might trigger you, you know, as this card says, when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. You know, you guys might have grown up in situations where you weren't allowed to express your feelings, or maybe you got in trouble for it. And this might come out in your adulthood too, when it seems like maybe you're being invalidated, or when you're being tested in some way, shape, or form. But this 5 of fire, it's giving me the energy of honor. It's giving me the energy of like, I'm gonna honor myself and stand up for myself. And if you don't like it, I really don't know what to tell you, because I deserve to do so. Like, I deserve this, you know? I have a way, like, you have a way of really expressing what you're deserving of and what you're not deserving of. Like, I don't deserve to be treated a certain type of way, and I'm not gonna put up with it from anybody. With the Emperor card, I feel like you guys are just natural born leaders. Like, you weren't really meant to follow tradition, and you're not going to, because it's not what you want to do. It's like you guys were meant to take the non-traditional route, no matter how quick or how slow it happens. You guys were meant to do so. And it's like, this makes you a catalyst for change, and it makes you a catalyst for attracting new opportunities, you guys. I love this for you guys. Not only that, but I feel like you guys might hold grudges in situations where it's worth doing so. But I also feel like the 2 of water, it's the energy of forgiveness. So I feel like when you're wrong in a situation, you will apologize for it, and you will be deserving of forgiveness, because I feel like it's the way that you guys take accountabilities like mature adults, you know? Or maybe you guys have had to be adults even though you were like a lot younger. It's like you guys are very, very mature in the way that you speak and communicate. The only time I feel like you're not is when, you know, you're really, really upset. Somebody really pushes you to that point. But either way, I feel like you guys are very, very well spoken. And I also feel like you guys are very, very forgiving as well. But the only circumstances that will really allow you to really thoroughly and genuinely forgive somebody is if they come through with a very valid and honest and genuine apology when it's necessary, you know? Also, with the 6 of earth, I feel like you guys are very, very giving and generous to other people. And I feel like this is something that makes you very worthy of receiving gifts and generosity from other people. This is something that makes you so attractive to other people, is the way that you guys are so giving. You're not greedy people. You're not greedy individuals. And you're very adamant about expressing yourself and expressing your emotions and being well-spoken. And it's like, in a way, you expect the same in return. And it's like, you're not even going to entertain situations where you weren't getting what you deserved. And that's just something that's really awesome and popping about you guys. Like, this is something that other people greatly admire about you. This is part of what makes you so fine, you know? Also, I feel like you guys are just not afraid to go after what you want, and you're not afraid to take the less traditional route, and you don't need to take the time to explain yourself to other people, and you don't want to, you know. It's like when people don't get it, it could trigger this feeling of not being accepted, and I feel like the way that you're able to express yourself and articulate your words, even in the most difficult situations, is something that makes you incredibly attractive to other people. So I did pull a couple oracle cards for you guys too. We have you know what to do. The fact that you have options is meaningful. Rock on. We have you've got time, and love in spite of it all. So with you know what to do, I feel like you guys just have a way, like I said, of taking control in certain situations and really being able to make the right decisions. And this is like a leadership type of energy is what I'm getting with it. We have the fact that you have options is meaningful. Rock on. I feel like you guys have a way of naturally, like I feel like you guys naturally attract a lot of opportunities in your life, and it's like you're actually able to be as picky and as choosy as you want to be about like where you put your time. But whatever you do choose to put your time into, it's like you make sure everything you do has meaning, and every decision that you make has meaning, you know. And with you've got time, like I said, with this Knight of Earth, the Knight of Earth moves quite slow, and it's so that he or she could have a solid foundation with whatever, you know, he or she is working towards. And with you've got time, I feel like the fact that you're not really in a rush is really going to aid you in a lot of the endeavors that you go on. So I feel like that's another thing that makes you super attractive. And with love in spite of it all, like I feel like despite a lot of the conflict that you might experience with other people in your life, or maybe with those that you love, the fact that you love them unconditionally, and it's like you wouldn't do them dirty regardless, I feel like that's something that makes you very admirable and respectable and just all around fine. Okay, you guys are very, very fine, group number 3. Like I'm definitely seeing this about you. Also, in the back of the deck, we have there's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. I feel like the fact that you guys are very, how do I say, the fact that you guys have a lot of depth, and that you're willing to explore that depth as a means of healing and self-discovery, this is something that really brings out the most beautiful parts of you to other people, whether they get it or they don't. So I feel like this card is saying that you guys have a lot of depth, especially emotionally, and the way that you express that depth is unique to you and is only an expression of you, because not everybody is like you. You guys are very, very unique, and the fact that you're really willing to explore yourself and explore your options, and how do I say, and articulate your self-expression so well. This is something that makes you guys so attractive. And it's like you guys aren't afraid to ask questions in situations where you know, things don't make sense. And I feel like you help other people to evaluate deeper parts of themselves by expressing your emotional depth. So that's another thing that makes you guys fine AF. So that's all I have for you guys, group 3. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, feel free to book with me on my Etsy shop and check out a lot of my beautiful handmade bracelets on there, you guys. The link to do so will be available in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4 with instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. So what makes you guys fine AF? Okay, so the first vibe I was picking up on is the fact that y'all are not hesitant when it comes to popping off in situations that are necessary. Y'all really do stand up for what it is that you believe in, no matter how uncomfortable it might make others. I feel like y'all, the people do not want to try you. Okay, this is kind of similar to group number 1 a little bit, but I feel like y'all really do set boundaries and stand your ground in situations where it might be very difficult for others to do, you know, or where it might be very, very difficult. And I feel like you guys have a really good way of taking a step back and assessing situations that require your attention a little bit more. I also feel like you guys are very, very accountable and just very well spoken. You know, I feel like some of you guys could be activists, mental health activists, or just activists for human rights or something along those lines. Like you guys are very, very caring when it comes to the things that you believe in. And it's like you refuse to let anybody test you or try to take your boundaries down, because you guys are so serious about that. Also, in balance with the balance card, I feel like you guys refuse to allow others to take advantage of you in certain certain situations, and you have no issue stepping back here with the renewal card, stepping back and really assessing all angles of a situation. You guys are very, very good with getting your point across. Okay, that's definitely something that I was getting, but you're not always 100% serious. It's like you don't take everything super serious. You don't take everything to heart, and I feel like that's something that also makes you guys incredibly attractive as well. With the Six of Water here, I feel like you guys have a very childlike and playful energy to you. You guys really do maintain long-term friendships, and when long-term friendships come to an end, I do feel like it could hurt you quite a bit. I also feel like you guys are very, very flexible in situations where things might change abruptly, or you might have to change your plans because things might catch you off guard with the Moon card here. I also feel like you have sides of you that you don't tell everybody about, that you keep kind of to yourself, just as a way to like protect yourself and make sure that you feel safe. And I feel like this kind of gives something to wonder about, like, what does group number 4 have going on? Like, I wonder why group number 4 is so mysterious, you know? Also, we have the King of Water here, so I feel like you guys are very sensitive spiritually and emotionally, and I also feel like you guys are actually very, very emotionally mature. Even though you might pop off at times, it's like you don't do this for no reason, you know? I feel like with the King of Water, you guys are also very, very perceptive as well, especially emotionally, and you guys have a way of really being able to balance yourselves out. Like, this is something that makes you very attractive to other people. And with the Ace of Air, you guys are very, very good with coming up with new ideas and ways to go about different situations, and this is how you manage to get what you want here with the Nine of Air. You guys also are very, very thoughtful and creative when it comes to manifesting different things into your life and manifesting like different wish fulfillments. And I feel like this kind of sends a message to the universe, like, okay, group number 4 is worthy of receiving everything that he or she has asked for. You know what I mean? And with the Moon card here, not only do I feel like you have this emotional barrier up to like protect yourself, I feel like you literally make other people wonder and make other people kind of try to figure you out a little bit, but at the same time, I feel like you might do this in a bit of a playful way with the Six of Water, you know? I feel like a lot of you, this could be coming through randomly, but I feel like a lot of you guys have siblings that might look up to you, especially if you're an older sibling or maybe even a middle child. Like, I feel like maybe some of your siblings kind of look up to you as well, and it's very admirable the way that you guys might be able to take care of other people in sort of difficult situations, you know? I also feel like another thing that makes you fine AF is just the way that you're able to stand up for yourself and creatively articulate getting your point across. And sometimes you guys might not always do this verbally. You guys have a way of like demonstrating your point, like showing your words through your actions or showing your thoughts through your actions, if that makes sense. And it's like the people who are worthy of getting it and understanding it, they will understand, you know? Also, with the King of Water and the Ace of Air, I feel like you guys could be like artists, or like you guys could have like a really creative way of articulating certain feelings or expressing certain feelings that you have. With the Seven of Air, I feel like a lot of the times you might have to revise your plans very quickly, or things might happen behind the scenes that cause you to change your plans up really abruptly, and you guys are just so good with coming up with new ideas and solutions and creative solutions to problems. Like, you end up getting even more than what you bargained for in the end, and this is something that a lot of people really admire about you, you know? I feel like the way that you express yourself makes you very, very attractive. It makes you very, very fine to other people. A lot of people want to be like you. And you guys might be full-grown adults, but you still have a very thorough connection to your inner child. And this is something that is just beautiful. This is a very beautiful quality to have, because a lot of people forget what it's like to be a child. You guys might also be very, very good with connecting to children and comforting children in times of needs. Maybe oftentimes giving them the comfort that they wish they received from one of their parents. You know, that is something that is just really beautiful, a very beautiful quality to have, to still be connected to your inner child as well. I did pull a couple oracle cards too. So we have, you might not know now, but you will. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. those you love you, and forgive. So I feel like with you might not know now, but you will, this kind of refers to that energy of situations coming up that you might not really fully understand, or changes to your plans that you might not really fully get. But I feel like a lot of the time the universe kind of has a way of steering you in the right direction, even if you can't necessarily always see what is happening or why things are happening the way that they are happening. And with this card, I feel like this is kind of saying that you just have a way of getting through certain situations, even if you don't necessarily understand the outcome. I also feel like you guys have faith that really does push you through in difficult times, and that is something that just makes you incredibly attractive to other people and makes you very, very admirable. We also have, there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. So your opinion is highly valued by a lot of people, a lot more people than you might realize. Even maybe people that you don't even necessarily know, they might actually care what you think, or you manage to make an impression on them that makes them feel like, okay, pile number 4 knows what they're talking about, or knows their stuff, really, you know. We have those you love you. So you guys are incredibly loving individuals, and this makes you incredibly lovable. So I feel like you guys are surrounded by a lot of love, and this makes you very worthy of receiving. It sort of like opens your energy up to receiving all of the things that you are deserving of. And lastly, we have forgive. So I feel like you guys are very, very forgiving in situations that call for forgiveness. I do feel like, you know, you might hold grudges from time to time with the 7 of Fire, but I feel like you're just very, very passionate about what it is that you stand for and what it is that you believe in. And with the forgive card, I feel like you might get into arguments with people who don't necessarily understand that, but you still have a way of like forgiving them and allowing people to be unique and hold their unique perspectives, as long as they kind of are able to make sense. But I feel like you guys do honor the fact that other people have different experiences from you, and even if you don't agree all the time with other people, you do have a way of being able to agree to disagree and like forgive, but maybe not necessarily forget. And I don't mean that in like a malicious way, but I feel like you guys are very, very forgiving and understanding, and you guys are pretty good with reconciling in situations that might call for reconciliation, especially with those that you might love. So that is another thing that makes you incredibly fine, incredibly attractive, is your ability to handle certain situations and your ability to adapt to change. This is something that makes you very, very admirable and makes a lot of people want to be like you. Also, your unwavering faith, like you might not know now, but you will. Like, people might not understand why you take a course of action when you do it, but when they see the outcome of it, they're like, oh, that's why group number 4 did that. Like, dang, group number 4 is smart. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is something that makes you very fine. And then in the back of the deck, we have things are about to get really, really juicy. So I feel like you guys, y'all know the tea. Y'all know more than a lot of people might give you credit for. And I also feel like you guys can see certain situations playing out before they play out, and you might keep it kind of to yourself here with the Moon card. And it's like you just make people wonder. Like, people find you very, very mysterious, the way that you keep a lot to yourself, the way that you might limit your words in certain situations, but also the way that you can be outspoken. It's like you have an amazing balance between outspokenness and choosing to keep a lot to yourself, you know? So that's what I have for you, group number 4. I do hope that this reading resonated for you. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, feel free to book with me on my Etsy shop and check out a lot of the beautiful handmade bracelets that I have on there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!